morning students. I am Rama Devi, working as a chemistry faculty in Target English Medium School at Tadpur. Yes, today I am going to discuss about the one of the periodic property, that is ionization enthalpy or ionization energy. Ionization enthalpy or ionization energy. Both are same. Either ionization enthalpy IE or ionization energy IE. Same. Both are same. So, in this video, I am going to explain about the what is meant by ionization energy and what are the units of those one and how it can be changes in the group and period. In previous video, I already discussed about the atomic radius and valency. Those are the two periodic property and how those are changes in groups and periods also. You remember, this is the third periodic property, that is ionization energy. Ionization energy or ionization enthalpy. So, what is the meaning of ionization energy means? Yes, listen carefully the definition. The amount of energy required for removing the outermost electron. Removing the outermost electron means the maximum amount of energy required for removing the outermost electron from its outermost shell when atom presented in the neutral gaseous state is known as its ionization energy. Means we can require some amount of energy. For what purpose? For removing the outermost electron from its outermost shell. When we remove one electron from outermost shell in an atom, what happened? For getting stability only, we can remove the electron, or elements only can remove automatically the electrons. Are you understand? Removing or gaining process only for getting stability, already we know. For that purpose, here also we require some amount of energy for removing the outermost electron from its outermost shell when atom presented in the neutral gaseous state is known as its ionization energy. We can require some amount of energy. For what purpose? For removing purpose. For removing outermost electron from its outermost shell is known as ionization energy. The maximum amount of energy required for removing outermost electron. Removing outermost electron from its outermost shell. Again I repeated, the maximum amount of energy required for removing the outermost electron from its outermost shell when in an atom, in a neutral gaseous state of atom, in a neutral gaseous state of atom, gaseous state of atom, in a neutral gaseous state of atom. This required energy is known as ionization energy. This required energy is called or is known as ionization energy or ionization enthalpy. Are you understand? Yes, the maximum amount of energy required for removing outermost electron from its outermost shell in a neutral gaseous state of atom. this required energy is called ionization energy or ionization enthalpy. You must be remember the definition. Yes. For some atoms, we can remove one electron, it getting stability. But in some cases of atoms, we can remove must be 2 electrons or more than 2 types of electrons, more than 2 electrons, it getting stability. Otherwise, it won't get the stability when remove even though 1 electron from its outermost shell. Are you understand my point? For example, sodium. Sodium getting stability by removing of 1 electron from its outermost shell. But magnesium, when we remove the 2 electrons from the magnesium outermost shell only, it gets the stability. Otherwise, even though we can remove 1 electron from the magnesium, it won't be get the stability or not get the octet configuration. Are you understand my point? When we remove 1 electron, in some atoms get the stability and get the octet configuration. But when we remove 2 or more than 2 electrons only, in some atoms like magnesium, aluminum, calcium, these are get the stability and also get the octet configuration. Are you understand? So for that type of atoms, we can know that, and that's why we can classify the ionization energy into IE1, IE2, IE3 and etc. IE1, IE2, IE3, maximum IE1, IE2, IE3 only. More than 3 electrons, they won't be lose the electrons maximum. They gain the electrons or they share the electrons and forms the bond between 2 elements or more than 2 elements. Okay. Yes. So that's why we can classify the ionization energy into first ionization energy, second ionization energy, third ionization energy. So what is meant by first, second, third ionization energy and what are the examples for those? Now we can see one by one. IE1 are first ionization energy. Same definition for IE1 also. But when we remove the electron in the place of that one, we can add only 1 electron. If 2 electrons means that is IE2. If 3 electrons means that is IE3. Are you understand? So what is IE1 or first ionization energy? For the definition means yes. The maximum amount of energy required for removing of outermost 1 electron. Removing of 1 electron from its outermost shell. Removing of 1 electron from its outermost shell in neutral gaseous state of atom is known as first ionization energy. Are you understand? I write here. The maximum, I can write NaX. NaX means maximum. The maximum amount of energy required for removing of 1 electron from its outermost shell. In a neutral gaseous state of atom. The maximum amount of energy required for removing of 1 electron from its outermost shell. In a neutral gaseous state of atom is known as IE1 or first ionization energy. is known as IE1 or first ionization energy. Are you understand? Yes. So we can remove one electron from the outermost shell of a neutral gaseous state of atom. That's why we can remove how many electron? Only one electron. That's why we can call this is the IE1 or first ionization energy. When we remove one electron from its outermost shell, it can produce the unipositive ion. It can produce the unipositive ion. In this case, the atoms can produce the unipositive ion. General example, X is an atom we can assume. So we can require some amount of IE1 and it can produce the X plus by loss of one electron. X is an atom. We can require some amount of ionization energy and it can produce the unipositive ion. Uni means one. Uni means only one or monopositive ion by removing of one electron. In the case of X, I will take the Na by taking off IE1 means we can require some amount of energy and Na will produce the Na plus by losing of one electron. Not only Na and number of atoms like potassium and lithium, these are also lost the one electron and produce the unipositive ion by requiring of IE1, that is first ionization energy. Are you understand? This is the first ionization energy. Nothing but we can remove one electron from its outermost shell. We can require some amount of energy. That energy is nothing but IE1 or first ionization energy. Are you understand? Yes. Next, IE2. I read the ionization energy definition and I read the IE2. Same definition. The maximum amount of energy required for removing of two electrons from its outermost shell of neutral gaseous state of atom. Outermost shell of neutral gaseous state of atom is known as IE2. We can remove how many electrons? Two electrons. IE2 is nothing but we can require some amount of energy for removing of two electrons from its outermost shell of neutral gaseous state of atom. Neutral gaseous state of atoms. Neutral gaseous state of atoms is known as IE2. Is known as IE2 or is called IE2. Are you understand? Second ionization energy, that is IE2. The maximum amount of energy required for removing of two electrons from outermost shell of a neutral gaseous state of atom is called IE2. For example, X is an atom. We can require some IE2 by loss of two electrons. It get the dipositive ion, that is X plus 2 by lose of two electron. By lose of two electron. Otherwise, same reaction like this also we can write X plus. We can require IE2. It can lose one more electron. That is by losing of one electron. Otherwise, IE2 definition we can write like this also. The maximum amount of energy required for removing of one electron from a unipositive ion. Are you understand? You can clearly understand IE2 is nothing but I will write the definition directly. The maximum amount of energy required for removing of two electrons from outermost shell of neutral gaseous state of atom is called IE2. Or otherwise same definition write like this also. the maximum amount of energy required for removing of one electron from a unipositive ion. Are you understand? From a unipositive ion. From unipositive means already it can lose one electron and forms the X plus, that is unipositive ion. From this ion, again we can remove one more electron and produce the dipositive ion. Dipositive ion. Why? Because from any atom we cannot remove directly two electrons at a time. Are you understand? From any atom we cannot remove two electrons at a time. We can remove one electron first time, then we can remove second electron. Are you understand? That's why you also write the definition like this. We can require some amount of energy for removing of one electron from a unipositive ion. I write down there. From a unipositive ion. Required some amount of energy for removing of one electron from a unipositive ion. From a unipositive ion. Positive I will write like this. Plus E is positive. Examples are magnesium. First we required IE1, then it was converted into Mg plus electron. Then Mg plus, we required some amount of energy, that is called IE2, and Mg plus was converted into Mg plus 2 by loss of one more electron. So total how many electrons? 2 electrons. Are you understand? Mg was directly converted into Mg plus 2 actually, but here IE1 and IE2, why? Because we cannot directly remove the two electrons at a time. We can remove one electron for first time, then we can remove second electron from the unipositive ion. Okay, unipositive ion. This is IE2. And you also remember always IE2 is greater than IE1. Always IE2 is greater than IE1. Always you can remember IE2 is greater than IE1. Very very important question for 4 marks. Why? IE2 is always greater than IE1. Why? Because explain with reason. Why? Because what is meant by IE1 and IE2? IE1 is nothing but we can require some amount of energy for removing the outermost electron from its outermost shell. That is first definition. What is IE2? We can require some amount of energy from removing of one electron from a unipositive ion. Now can you say atom is stable or unipositive ion is the more stable compared to both one? Atom is less stable but unipositive ion is more stable. So we can remove one electron from the atom is very easy. We can remove one electron from the atom directly, it is very easy case. But where we can remove the electron from a unipositive ion is a very difficult process. Are you understand my idea? Why? Because in a neutral atom we can remove the electron is easy. Why? Because the nucleus attraction power upon valency electron is negligible here. The nucleus attraction upon electron is negligible, means not very strongly forced upon the valency electron. Which one? In a neutral atom, in a neutral gaseous state of atom, we can remove one electron is very easy process because the nucleus attraction or force upon valency electron is less on that time. But we can remove the electron from the atom, it forms the unipositive ion. So from unipositive ion, again we can remove one more electron to produce the dipositive ion. Is a very difficult process because when we remove the electron from any atom, the nucleus is automatically aligned and produce the more force upon valency electron. Are you understand my point? When we remove one electron, it is a very easy process because before removing of one electron, the nucleus attraction power upon valency electron is less. But after removing the first electron from an atom, it can produce the unipositive electron is increases. For example, for this I can say number of examples. For easy example, I will say in a classroom, 20 member students are there. One member asked for washroom. One member asked to teacher, I want to go to our washroom, master or teacher, like that. He or she asked like that. Okay, what? In the middle of the class, not in the interval, in the middle of the class. What we do? We give us the permission. Okay, no problem, we can go. In the middle of the class also, okay. Somebody, any urgency is there, emergency is there, like that we send, okay. The second person again asked means the beside of that student, again immediately he or she also stand and ask for washroom, means what we can do? What we can do? First one, okay, no problem, we can send easily. But second one, what we can do? We scolded or not? Compulsory. The attraction power upon them, we can increase it or not? Compulsory. Here also, when we remove the first electron from any atom, it can produce the unipositive ion. So it is an easy process. But again, from the unipositive ion, we cannot easily remove the one more electron. It is a very difficult process. That's why here we can require how much amount of energy is always lesser than this. We can require here more amount of energy by removing the one more electron from a unipositive ion. You understand? Here because the nucleus attraction power on valence electron is less here, but in a unipositive ion, the nucleus attraction power upon valence electron is more and more or very strong. That's why IE2 is always greater than IE1. You can remember, very important also. Why IE2 is greater than IE1? You can remember mainly this one. From an atom, we can easily remove the electron, but we cannot easily remove the electron from a unipositive ion. Okay, got it? Next, last one, IE3. Same. We required the maximum amount of energy. For removing the one electron from a dipositive ion. Dipositive ion. Now only I said from X plus 2 we can remove one more electron. We require some amount of energy, that is called IE3. The X plus 2 was converted into X plus 3 by loss of one electron. Aluminium is example. Aluminium first we can get IE1 that is by loss of one electron. Al plus 1 again. So totally how many electrons are lost by aluminum? 3 electrons. Al was converted into Al plus 3, but not directly. Al was first converted into unipositive ion. That from unipositive ion we require IE2 energy and produce the dipositive ion. From dipositive ion we require some amount of energy and produce the tripositive ion. That is called IE3. We require some amount of energy for removing of one electron from a dipositive ion. From a dipositive ion. So here also we can say IE3 is always greater than IE2. IE3 is always greater than IE2 is greater than IE1. Are you understand this phenomena? Now only I said IE3 is always greater than IE2. Why? Because same only. We can easily remove one electron from an atom, but it is a very difficult process to remove the electrons from a tripositive ion or a dipositive ion or a monopositive ion. So this is a very difficult process. We can remove the second more electron from same atom, that get the dipositive It is a very difficult process. It is a very difficult process. That's why we can say always IE3 is greater than IE2 is greater than IE1. A very very important question for 4 marks. Explain. IE3 is greater than IE2 is greater than IE1. Why? Because now only I said IE1 is the first ionization energy. Explain about that. Next IE2 is second ionization energy. Explain about that. Next IE3 is third ionization energy. Explain that. And finally you can take one example like this aluminium or magnesium. We can explain with example. Aluminium, we can require some amount of energy from aluminium. We can remove one electron to get the unique positive ion, that is called IE1. Okay, but we can require one more electron from the unique positive ion. That energy is maximum is more from compared to the IE1, because the nucleus attraction power upon valency electron here increases in the second case. Okay, again in the third case also the nucleus attraction power is very strong. In the case of, we can remove one more electron from the dipositive ion. That's why we can give the statement IE3 is greater than IE2 is greater than IE1. Okay, we can remember this, must be. So this is first ionization energy, second ionization energy, and third ionization energy. Now we can see this property, how changed in the groups and the periods. How this property was changed in groups and the periods. How it will changes in group and the period. This property, how it will changes in the group and the period. In a group, from top to bottom, in a group from top to bottom, ionization energy was decreases. Ionization energy was decreases because in a group atomic radius or atomic size was increases. In a group atomic size was increases. If atomic size increases, if the atomic size increases, what happened? The size of the atom was increases, the nucleus attraction power upon valence electron was decreases. The nucleus attraction power upon valency electron. So we are easily remove the electron. So we are easily remove the electron. For example, see here, lithium, potassium. Lithium atomic number 3, potassium atomic number 19. Lithium nucleus, K shell, L shell. Potassium nucleus, K, L and M also. Yes. Here, lithium, K shell having 2 electron, L having 1 electron, 1s2, 2s1. Potassium also K shell having 2, L 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In L shell, because 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Next, 19 are there. So N shell is also there, na? Yes. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Then 4s1. Potassium 19. Here up to 18, S4s1. 4 shells are there, so S4s1. In 4s, 1 electron is there. In M shell also 8 electrons are there. So you can remember carefully here. See, in this element, this electron are easily removed, or in this element, this electron was easily removed. You can say the answer. easily removed or this electron was easily removed? We can say already the shells which are near to the nucleus, upon that shells electrons are strongly interacted with the nucleus. Are you understand? So here the nucleus force upon valence electron is very strong. Why? Because it is very near, but it is very far away from the nucleus. That's why this attraction power upon this electron is negligible. That's why when atomic size was increases, when size of the atom was increases, the nucleus attraction power is decreases. That's why we can easily remove this electron by using very less amount of energy, that is IE, very less IE. Okay. So this is the phenomena why IE values are decreases in a group from top to bottom. Are you understand? In a group from top to bottom, the ionization energy was decreases because the atomic size was increases in a group. When increase the atomic size, automatically decrease the ionization energy values because nucleus attraction power upon valence electron was decreases. If nucleus is strongly attracted, we can require more and more amount of energy and remove the electron. But nucleus attraction is less, we can require less amount of energy. In a period, what happens? Yes, same reverse. In a period, from left to right, the A was increases. Are you understand? In a period from left to right, the ionization energy values was increases because same reason. In a period, the atomic size was decreases. So in a period the atomic size was decreases. That's why we can require more and more amount of energy and we can remove the electrons from the outermost shells of atoms. Okay. So you remember most of the cases IE nothing but we require some amount of energy for removing of outermost electron in a neutral gaseous state of atoms. That energy is called ionization energy. Ionization energy is measured in kilojoule per mole. The units of ionization energy are kilojoule per mole or kilojoule mole universe. These are the units of ionization energy. In group, the ionization energy values are decreases, but in a period, the E values are increases. This is our today topic.